Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What's going on, guys? How is everyone doing today? Hope you guys are doing amazingly awesome. Excuse me. Lots of stuff going on. I'm going to be testing my audio with you guys. DJ Jackson, what's good? Steve OD, XRP, what's going on, dude? Can you guys hear me okay? I'm going to be doing a number. Okay, cool. This Crypto Siege in the other side of the house that she can hear me fine. But I am going to be doing a number of audio tests with you guys to see if perhaps I found the answer to the solution of me playing my YouTube stuff, playing a video, and you guys not hearing that audio. What's going on? What's good? Rod Hop is in the building. What's going on, Rod? The first thumbs up is coming from Brazil. How about that? What's going on with yo? How are you? Crypto Man says the sound is good. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So, boy, I tell you what, guys, tons of calls today. Man, oh man, we had 3 calls in a row. Did the driving videos this morning. Jag 17's in the building. What's going on? Hold up your mic for the speaker siege. So you guys can't hear me? Julian Fishon is like, Siege, hold your mic up to the speakers. That's the kind of the issue we're trying to figure out. So I got a Bluetooth speaker hooked up to my laptop. And I'm going to put the Bluetooth. Now, see, for me, I'm not thinking that I'm speaking into the Bluetooth speaker. I'm thinking I'm speaking into my computer. So I'm hoping that's the right way. The Bluetooth hookup is for when I play a YouTube video, when I have my OBS on. So everyone's saying the sound is good. But if I do this, is it any different? Is it louder? I got the mic, I got this Bluetooth up. I don't think it is. I don't think it does. But does it get loud when I hold this up? Deep mind. Does it get loud when I hold this up? Probably doesn't make any difference, right? It shouldn't, because I should be talking into my laptop, not the Bluetooth speaker. If I'm correct. Oh, said it was louder. So it is the speaker. Said it was louder, huh? Yeah, so. So guys, we're experimenting. I apologize. We are definitely experimenting. I hooked this Bluetooth speaker up to the computer, Bluetooth, so that when I played a YouTube video, because you know we've been having this big time challenge with the YouTube videos playing. You know? Jag 17 is like, don't use the Bluetooth. Okay, so I can unhook the Bluetooth, but when I play a YouTube video, I'm hoping that this will work in terms of being able to play the YouTube video. So we're going to see if that will work. If not, we're going to go into the settings and try something else. But we'll see what's going on. Staff Sergeant of Marines, what's going on, dude? How are you? Well, I'm glad to hear that, my friend. I'm glad to hear your bullets. Deep mind, loud vision, and not louder, just sounds closer. Gotcha. Who else that came in? Jack 17's in the building. TJ Jackson's in the building. John C. What's going on, John? How are you? What is going on? Yeah, John Edwards is in the building. Got 2 Johns in here, yes? John C. is here. John Edwards is here. Guys, what is going on with this Instex in Iran? Anybody know if this is... The boys from SBQR Media seem to think that Ripple is involved in that. Tony Bamboni, Siege, what's up, bro? How are you, my friend? Matt LaRoche looking... Thanks, Matt. I appreciate you being here, brother. You know, trying to do our thing here. XRP Lane is in the building. Hey, Siege, what's up with you, XRP Lane? Thread work, Derek, with the thumbs up. How you doing today, Thread work? You can't go wrong with the John. That's right, brother. Guys, 31 people on the stream and 18 likes. If you haven't had a chance to smash the like on the way in, just collapse the chat real quick. Go smash the like button and then come back and hang out. We're going to talk about the World Economic Forum, the event that they hold in Davos. Rumor has it that Ripple is the only DLT company that got the invite. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I Googled Davos 2019, and the theme of that conference was the globalization and implementing of the fourth industrial revolution, which is obviously the digital asset space. I believe a major move is imminent with XRP this week, folks. Don't know if it's going down or up, but a big move is coming this week. Staff Sergeant of Marines is speaking. He says, I believe a major move is imminent with XRP this week, folks. Don't know if this is going down or up, but a big move is coming this week. That's right. That's a good point, Leo Brazil Crypto. We are on the side of regulation. Now we need regulation on our side. I love that. That is exactly right. So let me just show you this here. Wandam, what's going on, Wandam? I am certain I have never seen you in the stream before, my friend. I just hope that XRP will make me rich. I hear you, brother. I hear you, my friend, I should say. TJ Jackson, Goldman Sachs going digital. How about that? I saw something about Goldman Sachs, huh? They're making the move, huh? Staff Sergeant Marine says, Wind Moon getting beachfront property in Davos. How about that? JS is like, correct, Staff Sergeant. It looks oversold, though, still. Oversold, wow. Devo DXRP, we all hear you there, LOL. Mr. Edwards is inevitable, brother. It's inevitable. Exactly, it is, without question, never. Let me share something with you. And forgive me for doing my audio test with you guys. Deep Mind, I did, by the way, get that thing from you, Deep Mind. I appreciate that. That is very, very interesting. Do you have that link, Deep Mind? And can you post that? Are you're a mod, right? Yeah, you are. If you have that link, would you mind posting that, the Deep Mind? Let me change the setting here. Yeah, every time I do some research on the audio settings, I got a call, got to do some training, got something going on, and I don't get a chance to try the new stuff before I get on live with you guys. And it's either that way or staying up to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and not getting my sleep, and that's not a good thing. Because we do get up fairly early in the AM. 53 people on the stream, only 26 likes, guys. Please help out TJ Jackson. Please help out the channel. It helps with the algorithm on YouTube to get this stream out to more people. Hopefully it'll bring them into the digital asset space. And more importantly, after they do their own homework and do their due diligence, they will look into the greatest digital asset ever created. And that is XRP. So yeah, so one of the things I saw on Twitter, this is something XRP Darren is the one. He is the one. I told you guys I had a plan for 3 to 5 Patreon groups, right? Oh, Darren Moore, XRP Darren he made the list. I'm up to 3 now. Looking into my 4th one. This is really, really significant. I'll cover that later. But old money, right? That's all I'll say. All I'll say on that is old money. But listen, this is something the guy put out. It's Jeff Hardy. I thought it was interesting. And I did a driving video about this earlier. And I think it's interesting. As the only distributed financial technology company invited to Davos this year, Ripple is undertaking one of the first tasks of this revolution, building infrastructure. all of the outcomes that World Economic Forum, WF, predicts rely on not only inoperable global systems for messaging and communication, but for an equally seamless system for the transfer of value, financial inclusion, and economic growth are currently trapped in the same bottleneck. Like technology exists, but cooperation and regulation hold it back. I thought that was a very, very poignant point. Absolutely speaks to the fact that this is where we are. I think it speaks volumes that the only distributed ledger technology company invited was Ripple. I think that speaks volume. Now we're going to go over the other thing. Let me read this to you guys also, just so some food for thought. Australian-born father of PR. Don't know what that means. But just the conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power. We are governed, our minds are molded, our taste formed, our ideas suggested largely by men we have never heard of. Very, very interesting little thing there that XRP Darren decided to share with the community. So got 60 people in the stream, 33 likes, guys. If you haven't had a chance yet, perhaps the chat. Just X out real quick. Go smash the like if you're enjoying the content. If you're enjoying hanging out in the chat, smash the like and then come back and hang out. Jackie33 is in the building. What's good, miss? Hi, Siege. Driving and having you on Bluetooth. How about that? We are both on Bluetooth now, as a matter of fact, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Jackie33, glad to have you on the stream. Be careful driving. Crypto Dread, collapse the chat and smash the like. Thanks, Crypto Dread. I appreciate that. PR, public relations. Maybe. I guess that's what that is. Yes, that is what it is. So, I was looking over SPQR Media's video that they did on Iran and Instex, and how, if it at all, it involved Ripple, the company. I didn't put two together there when I watched the video. Target 2, not familiar. TOS, familiar. But I thought it was very, very interesting. You know how these guys do. When they deep dive, they deep dive. And so, and the reason why I was looking into it is because of all the things kind of going on. Now, Smith Artie is saying the microphone's no good. What in the world? Smitty Artie says, yo, Steve, your mic sounds like crap. Now the mic's not good. What in the world's going on? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? This is what I'm going to try to do. Connect for the Bluetooth. It's going to take a few seconds. And then let me know what's going on. Sounds like you're in a tin can. I hear you fine, says TJ Jackson. So took the Bluetooth off. I'm going to see how that works. Staff Sergeant of the Marines, DTCC and XRP, February 24th, Moon. Another thing that was brought up, actually, Staff Sergeant of the Marines by SPQR Media. Now it sounds great. Okay, so Bluetooth's off. So you guys are hearing me via the laptop only. No Bluetooth, right? So that's another thing, by the way, Staff Sergeant Marines, that was brought up by that awesome deep dive by Lee, and I believe it was Jay, from SPQR Media about Iran and Instex. How many of you guys know, and again, I brought it up, I looked into this today because
So yeah, so I got 9 out of 10 people saying the sound is good, and I got one person, and I have 1.5, 1 or 2 people saying that it's not. So I'm gonna have to stick with what I got here, and hopefully it will continue to work slow. Put the volume up right there and see if that'll help any at all. Marco Polo said better. Okay, it's cool. Exactly. And so I looked into this whole thing with SPQ Armida because I thought, I remember them doing a deep dive on Iran, and I just think it's probably, thank you, Smitty Art. I'm glad it's working for you, brother. I appreciate that. Crypto Cajun is in the building. What's good, my dude? How are you? Given the recent events with Iran, given the recent events, you know, a couple bombings here, a couple bombings there, scary stuff, right? How many of you guys remember when Obama, he got together, signed the deal with Iran, a few other nations jumped in on that, got Iran to agree to no more building of these new missiles, right? Remember all of that? Remember that? Then the Donald gets in office, and he's like, yeah, I don't like that agreement. That thing does not look right to me. I'm going to reinstitute some regs. Right? I'm going to reinstitute some regs, right? Remember that? But did anybody know that the UK and Germany and France had been working on kind of like a go around so that they could continue to do business and or trade, have agreements with Iran? I had no idea. I had no idea. And it's something called Instex. And it's investment of support for trade exchanges. Some 3-letter thing called SPV. Not sure what that stands for. So what happens a lot of times with the U.S. when they go out and kind of do the sanctions thing, they do the kind of the strong arm thing. They continue in the economics of a hitman, the global empire, mantra. This is the kind of thing that they do. Well, a lot of times SWIFT is involved in that, right? Because the president, whoever it is, I'm not going to say just Donald, but in this case, it's the Donald reset these, brought back up, reactivated, I guess you would say, reinstituted these sanctions. SWIFT now gets involved financially, not giving them access to the financial system. Well, a lot of times that affects other nations as well. And what's becoming more and more glaringly obvious to me is the other nations that are affected by something that the U.S. does to a particular country in terms of sanctions. These other nations are like, yeah, we're tired of that. We're tired of that, right? Because of the U.S. Reserve, the U.S. dollar being a world reserve currency, it's the Triffin dilemma thing, right? That we talked about, that's talked a lot about in space, right? Well, the UK, Germany, France said, we're going to do this other thing. It was called Instex. And it's going to allow them to continue to trade with Iran, but it also forced Iran to get involved in the FATF and the policies there within. But it was like this workaround. It's essentially a workaround around the U.S. sanctions, right? And let me see if I can't find the article. Job for XRP. This is an interesting article. EU to circumvent the Trump sanctions. I'm going to go over that in just a second. Staff Sergeant Marines got some Ripple.income. Okay, I'm going to check that out. Siran D, how are you, my friend? That's a 2016 link. Can't find the 2020 link. Yeah, you guys are sharing something. I'm going to figure out what's going on here. I'm going to read a little bit of that article. Where is it? So, job for XRP. This is by Igor Klokov. appears to be European of some sort. EU to circumvent Trump sanctions. The inadequate behavior of the administration of the United States president creates serious threats to the European Union. The EU countries, to the best of their strength and courage, are trying to save themselves by circumventing sanctions against Iran, their important trade partner. Obviously, the sanctions were very painful. Therefore, Iran is constantly looking for ways to circumvent them. One of them is to apply cryptocurrency. That. Immediately after the return of sanctions in early November 2018, Bitcoin soared to 21,000 in the local market. Cryptocurrencies can help circumvent sanctions through untraceable banking transactions. Okay, we knew about that. Okay. Here's the Instex thing. So, on January 31st of 2019, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom, January 31st, 2019, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom launched the instrument of mutual settlements with Iran to preserve trade and economic relations with Iran without European companies coming under U.S. sanctions. The initiative is shrouded in darkness. In the newsline, it is named Special Purpose Vehicle with the title Instex, Instrument of Support for Trade Exchanges. To launch this Jeep, Iran was forced to join the Intergovernmental Organization Against Money Laundering, FATF, and enter into negotiations on its missile program. At the same time, European partners hurried to announce loudly to be heard in Washington that their super SPV would only be loaded with supposedly humanitarian goods. And in fact, Instex operates as a barter system outside the global U.S.-dominated financial system. Trade will focus on unauthorized essential goods such as humanitarian, medical, and agriculture. That's cool. It emphasized that Instex will not affect oil transactions, which are the main source of foreign exchange for Iran. The initiators also tried to connect all 28 EU countries to protect themselves from the wrath that is the US of A. What do you think about that? Again, this is a writer, with his own opinion. I didn't check his background yet. And what about Ripple? Building international relations on barter in the 21st century is an anachronism. Obviously, quite modern tools already exist and successfully work instead of SWIFT. Obviously, quite modern tools already exist and successfully work instead of SWIFT. One of the most successful is the Ripple network with XRP digital asset. So far, there are no leaks about the fact that this digital asset has to do with the Iran-EU deal, but just look at the XRP chart. Isn't that? His observation says that the coin just took off on the date when the crypto real was launched and the date of the official announcement of the Instex program. Speculation here, right? From this dude, right? Speculation from that dude. But we got our deep dive, guys. Lee and Jay and the boys from SPQR Media saying that Ripple is tied somehow with Target 2. Via Target 2, okay? I can go over some of the stuff there. I didn't see the connection. Maybe I'm missing something about Target 2. Which we all know everyone's thinking BRICS is having to do something with XRP. Are we not? Are not most people in the community thinking that BRICS has something to do with Ripple and or XRP? We know India. If you've been paying attention to the XRP charts, the China and XRP thing is going off the hook in terms of movement. I don't know where it's coming from. No one knows, but it sure says CNY on there. So you got India, you got China. What are the two? It's Brazil, Russia, India. Oh, Africa, South Africa. Okay, right. So a lot of people are thinking that, guys. 90 people in the stream, 55 likes. I appreciate that, guys. You guys are awesome. And by the way, if you haven't had a chance to smash the like yet, just collapse the chat X out real quick. Go smash the like button if you're enjoying the content. If you're hanging out in the chat, enjoying that, you can come back and hang out. Let me catch up on some of the things here. We've got a lot of what is going on. Brian Bilton is in the building. What's going on, Brian? How are you? Nancy is Nancy here? Nancy is here. Hey, Nancy, how are you, miss? Good to see you in the stream. Matt LaRose says, I think Iran, Russia, China partners in oil trade. I think Saudi Arabia, USA in trade partnership. I think one protecting each other's interests. Makes sense to me. You all know what's going on with Saudi Arabia and Ripple. No question about that. I can tell you that. Alex Jeet, is Alex Jeet in the building? XR Free Me, how you doing today, my friend? What in the world? This is the downside of not listening and watching news ever in this household. 1-1 says Steve Mnuchin just came out and said the U.S. will shut down anyone who does business with Iran. Part of new sanctions. The U.S. will shut down their banking systems. How just came out is just came out 1-1. Like, how recent was that? Isn't it interesting? So how is Ripple at all involved with Instex? US of A company. How are they involved? Sassos Marines, this is the only link to Davos at the moment about Davos 2020. Got it. Matt LaRose says this is an example of Russia getting around sanctions. Hold on. All right. Did this. Let me copy this one. Let's see what's up with that. Thanks, Matt LaRoche. I appreciate that, my friend. Okay, let me see if I changed the view or not. I didn't change the view. Good, look good. You guys can see this. Savcom Bank acts as co-arranger of Eurocom's 700 million Euro bond issue. Okay. April 10, 2019 from Moscow. In March 2019, Eurocom financed designated activity, a special purpose vehicle. Here's that SPV again that we just read about. Created to raise funds in the capital markets for the needs of Eurocom Group. Placed a Eurobond issue. The total par value of these placed Eurobonds is 700 million with the repayment period of 5 years. So, do you think that Russia turned Iran on to how possibly to get around US sanctions? What do you think? I'm thinking yes. The total par value of the placed Eurobonds is $700 million with a repayment period of 5 years until March 13th for 2024. The fulfillment of obligations on securities is guaranteed by the Swiss company Eurocom Group A, as well as by Eurocom. Sovcom Bank. The order book has been open on March 6, 2019 with the initial price guidance. Okay, due to high demand, the Eurocom Group was able to revise the price guidance twice and set the final coupon rate at 550. It is the largest issue of debt securities by a Russian corporate borrower with a non-investment grade credit rating since 2017, and the first Eurobond offering since February 2018 for this type of issuers. Citigroup, JP Morgan acted as joint global coordinators. Huh, about that. So this is a way, and obviously this is a practice. This is something that is familiar. It's not an uncommon thing. So what they're saying is the US of A can act and do the sanctions all they want, but we're going to figure out another way to do it. Sovcom Bank, PJSC, is a private bank with assets of 863 billion rubles and the capital of 113 billion rubles in accordance with the IFRS. Isn't that interesting? Guys, do you not find that interesting? I'm going to change the view of the screen here. What it says to me is that they expected these kind of sanctions and were prepared. Talking about Iran, was prepared because the Iran and the USA thing has been going on for a while now. It's not a new thing. Not a new thing. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that, my friend. Not a new thing. Dubya 2 is in the building. What's going on? What's up, R star 77 777 Good to see you in the stream, my friend. What? Matt LaRose says, dude, Sovcom Bank is partially owned by Yoshitaka Katal of SBI. Is that right? That interesting. Michael Otu says Iran banking system is swell. Trump said that he will close it down. The big if. That's the thing that Jay and Lee from SPQR Media said, that Ripple had essentially backdoored, went around the side of Swift, and were able to somehow, in their way, deal in this and be a part of this Instex. Again, I watched the video. I wasn't quite putting it together. But what if that's true? What if, in fact, Ripple has found a workaround, this other kind of thing that they can do, and they are somehow involved in this Instex to allow the UK, Germany, France to continue to do this trade? I don't know how. But what if? What if? And I think it's important to bring up now because of what's really going on with Iran and the US. Right? Because it's right. These guys are talking, they're playing chess here. When you move, I'm thinking my next 3 moves, not just 1 move. So what is going on there? My question. It's Jacob. Hey man, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? P love. Now, Sergeant Marine says, Siege, I heard talks this morning that oil might be paid for in gold. Wow. Iran sanction get around? That would be, wouldn't it? Mark Wilgus is like, flip the switch for full liquidity. ODL. Dubya 2, what's going on, my friend? I'm all right. And you, Siege, I have not heard about another token. No, I have not. So guys, what is going on there? New DTCC, DeepMind sharing something. Let me just go check this out. DeepMind. I said this. I said this in my driving video this morning. I said I said this in my driving video this morning. Ripple has some interest. I listened to what's his name again, a different video, but it was the same dude, Glenn Hutchins, in another interview where he slipped up and said XRP, but then he said Ripple. I haven't listened to the full thing yet. Shout out to my Patreon, XRP Darren, pulling that video up. But I just find it interesting the people that are invested in Ripple and who sit on the board of Ripple. Doesn't it make you think, doesn't it make you wonder why the former chairman, head of the DTCC is on the board of Ripple? Ripple's a fintech company, right? Out of San Francisco. DTC, don't they doing like derivatives and stuff? Why is that dude, I believe his name to be Donahue of some sort, why is he on the board of Ripple? Interesting thing. Interesting thing. I saw that Dubya too. I did not watch her video yet, but I did see that. Curious to see if she was what she had to say about that. Guys, 90 people on the stream. I appreciate you guys hanging out. 65 likes. Let's continue the streak, guys, of consecutive streams. Consecutive. I think we only missed one out of like 15 now. Just as many people, just as many likes as we got people. Let's check this out. It says new DTCC white paper gets real about blockchain hype. Titled Embracing Disruption. The DTCC just published a white paper on the potential of distributed financial technology titled Embracing Disruption, tapping the potential of distributed ledgers to improve post-trade landscape. The DTCC, or Depository Trust and Clearance Corporation, is the predominant financial institution that manages the centralized clearing and settlement of securities. Last week, talking about timing, last week the two firms best known for going after the security settlement, use case settlement, took turns sharing the limelight. Okay. First, R3 announced that they were experimenting with an iteration of Ethereum through Microsoft's blockchain as a service platform with nearly a dozen banks. Later, Digital Asset Holding announced a plump Series A, raising $52 million from predominantly strategic investors, valuing the company at $100 million. That's cool. Not quite $10 billion though, but hey, good for them. Big wins for two firms confidently surfing the current wave of blockchain-fueled hype. It's no wonder that R3 and DAH are jumping headfirst into the space in a huge way, as the DTCC president and CEO Michael Botson noted in a press release accompanying the latest white paper. Guys, don't get it twisted. This is a Ripple site. They're not talking about it for zero reason. The industry has a once-in-a-generation opportunity to reimagine and modernize its infrastructure to resolve long-standing operational challenge. But he also added a caveat that the potential is there, but only if we approach these problems from the right way, as Boston explains. To realize the potential of DLT in a responsible manner and to avoid a disconnected maze of siloed solutions, the industry must work together in a coordinated fashion. If that last bit sounds like a bit of party crashers, because maybe it is. Now you could argue that the DTCC has a vested interest in protecting the old way of doing things. But it's also worth thinking of the DTCC as the master sorcerer in this equation. They've been doing this stuff for much longer than any of the startup fintech crowd, which is a point well taken here at Ripple Insights. After all, we've been citing the DTCC for quite some time and trying to better understand what use cases truly make sense for blockchain. A favorite is their 2012 paper, which analyzes the benefits and costs of reducing security settlement cycle. What about regulations? I don't want to read this whole thing. to cloud technology. So the DTCC concludes a mature supported integrated distributed ledger technology has the potential to improve a number of existing financial market infrastructure limitations. However, it may not be the solution to every problem because there may be alternative opportunities to lower the cost and risk of current infrastructure by standardizing industry workflows and expanding the use of cloud technologies, which incidentally is the same conclusion that the Vermont state government came to last week as a report. It's also one of the key things that we've been harping on all year. That 2016 will be the year that you realize you don't need the blockchain for every particular use case. Garlinghouse says that all the time. That isn't to say that the DTC or Ripple Insights, for that matter, doesn't believe that we're experiencing a once-in-a-lifetime shift in how we approach these kind of financial problems, which is also why we're incredibly excited to see what the likes of R3 and DAH have in store for the industry over the next few years. This is the opportunity to create an industry-wide initiative to help develop right architecture, prioritize the infrastructure building blocks, and support focused and collaborative experience to help the technology mature. Interesting read there, right? We like when we hear R3 because we all know what that means. All know what that means, right? So that's an interesting read there without question. 79, 80 people in the stream and 70 like guys. I appreciate being here. The DTCC is the biggest opportunity for our moonshot on or after February 24th in the short term. St. Ellis, gotcha. Staff Sergeant Marines. Jared XRP, what's going on, my friend? I appreciate you being here, bro. TJ Jackson, genius in motion, absolutely. XRP Cali unit. What's up, my G? Let's get this money. Absolutely, brother. How you doing today, man? How you doing today? XRP Cali unit. Okay. Thanks, Deep Mind. I appreciate you saying that, man. That's why he's on the Ripple board. Yes. That's exactly right, Deep Mind. He's there to advise Ripple how the DLT technology that they have can best work and serve the DTCC. Right? Why else would he be there? Matt LaRoche says that screams ILP. Exactly, Matt LaRoche. I just think it's very, very, very interesting the people who sit on the board of Ripple and or invest in Ripple and or slip up and say XRP Ripple. That's what Glenn Hutchins did in the video I was watching. Isn't it interesting? Rich people always relaxed. XRP Joe says, I love the body language of Glenn Hutchins. Me too, my friend. Me too, bro. This is exactly right. You should see him in this video that I have from the Patreon. I'm part of that Patreon. Proud to say, XRP Darren. You should see that video. You should see how he is. This dude, I'm telling you, his posture says everything. XRP Joe says, I love the body language of Glenn Hutchins and the SEC chairman during the fireside chat. They were so laid back. They were not worried about anything. Pretty crisis. What? We have XRP and they know it, XRP Joe, because if you and I know it, they know it. Right? If you and I know it, they know it. Without question. And I can guarantee you Glenn Hutchins knows it. I can guarantee you he knows it. He knows it. So does Gary Cohn. And Glenn Hutchins is a big digital asset fan, without question. Without question, he knows it. So I just find that interesting. And by the way, Lee and Jay brought the DTC up in their deep dive with Iran. You know what I mean? So I just, he brings up the fact that the guy from the DTC on the board. They bring that up. That's a good deep dive video. I just would like some definitive. Someone said that Instex in the Telegram group. Someone said that Instex, Iran and/or Instex, I don't know which one, runs a validator node on Ripple. For Ripple. Plan slip up, exactly, Staff Sergeant. I agree. Someone said that they run a validator node on Ripple. I don't know. I looked on the charts. I don't know what it looks like. I did come up with WorldLink. I'm like, what is WorldLink and why do they have a validator node? But they do. Big company, by the way. But I saw that I noticed that I'm like, WorldLink, maybe that's the Iran thing. Let me go check and see. But Feds run a validator node also. Exactly. So are you saying the Fed and the SEC? Or are you saying the Fed is, no, that one, right? Saying the Fed, like in the Federal Reserve, runs a validator node? Matt LaRoche like, ha, ha, ha. Yep, true. Yeah, I mean, Win Mullet is not in the building yet. Nancy, I haven't seen Win Mullet. But I did hear that. I heard in the Telegram group that, SEC, yes. Yep, they do rally validator node. I heard that Iran did. And I checked on the ballot. You can check who the validators are. I did not see. Hold on. I'll let you guys see the validator list. Brian Benton says I conflate the two. Exactly. Just the way they conflate Bitcoin and digital assets. You okay? So let me show you. Maybe you guys can recognize this Iran thing. Like I couldn't. I see BitThump right there. Rex.io, coil.com. Maybe it's this isrdc.in. I don't know. But someone said it. I don't know what else it could be. But so I saw this WorldLink and I looked them up. Those are some big time players also. I don't see what else. I see the Brex.io there. Inotech. So I couldn't tell you. Some of them won't let you pull anything up. Nope. But I can tell you some of these validators on here, like WorldLink. This is a validator as well. WorldLink. Check out WorldLink, guys. Mid-market banking, financial services, security, data governance and manufacturing, financial services, emerging technologies. Now, these partners here, they got cloud and they got data analytics. These are people running the validator node. Our amazing partners. Google Cloud Platform, Box, Amazon Web Services, PlanGrid Services Now, Sky High, Microsoft, just to name a few of the partners of the WorldLink who's running the validator node on Why is that? Why are they running a validator node? That's to make you think. WorldLink, right? It's just got to make you think, like, what in the world? Doesn't it? It's gotta make you think. Why is that? Why is that? Let me see something else. The guys I don't know, Instex, Iran, Ripple, I don't know. The boys from SPQR Media seem very, very confident. But ultimately, I couldn't put it together. Moneygram and Ebix Cash signed an exclusive strategic agreement to expand the presence in India. Ebix Cash is a wholly owned subsidiary of Ebix Inc., an international supplier of on-demand software and e-commerce services. Savcom Bank and SBI. Wow. Ebix Cash and Moneygram Inc. a deal to expand presence in India. So you got Bcash and Ripple, right? Bcash and Ripple into Bangladesh. You got MoneyGram. What do you think they're doing with Ebix Cash and the use of the ODL? What do you think is going on there? Ebix Cash is a wholly owned subsidiary of Ebix Inc., an international supplier of on-demand software and e-commerce services to the insurance, financial, healthcare, and e-learning industry. What do you think MoneyGram is doing with them? MoneyGram, a money remittance service provider, has signed an agreement with Ebix Cash to bring enhanced services for consumers across India. A joint press release from both the companies said Ebix Cash, which provides services such as domestic and international money remittance, foreign exchange, and okay, there it is right there. They provide services as domestic and international money remittance, foreign exchange, and prepaid and gift cards. Has around 80% share of locations in the country. 80%. But in the partnership of MoneyGram, with this partnership, MoneyGram will be able to reach additional consumers through Ebix 320,000 distribution outlets spread across 768 districts, 4,000 cities, and more than 75,000 villages, giving them a large coverage in rural areas, the release said. MoneyGram aims to bring inward remittance volume of $3 billion annually to India through this partnership. What? $3 billion? MoneyGram is focusing on diversification by investing in both its digital business and in key international markets such as India. We are excited to enable Ebix Cash to plug into MoneyGram platform to access our customer-centric capabilities and services, said Alex Holm, MoneyGram Chairman and Chief Executive Officer. Look at this one here, guys. Whoa. Ebix Cash expects net revenues for Ebix Cash to be between 20 million and 35 million annually from this partnership. Net revenue. Because of what? How do you get to a net revenue? How do you get to a net revenue? In order to get to kind of like a net revenue, you got to have some cost savings in there. You got to have some cost savings in there. Am I change this view? Guess who's providing that cost savings? Guess who's doing that? So MoneyGram, again, doing their things because of what? being able to position themselves on the Ripple net, take advantage of the ODL. This is what Ripple will espouse time after time after time after time with potential partners, with potential strategic partners. Look at what MoneyGram's doing. Look how we help them. Think about that. All right, did I miss something? DeepMind says DTCC uses CLS, Bank for Instant Settlement Services. Yes, they can settle 10 trillion a day. 10 trillion a day. R3 eventual integration. Yep, possible. Corey Trevor's like, I am very confident in this investment, but I might be crazy. Oh, Swift is 5 trillion a day. Yeah. Hold on. Swift is 5 trillion a day. The DTCC is 10 trillion a day. Twice that of Swift. That. Yeah, I know, right? All the money. I remember that, Matt LaRoche. I don't know if it was Ethan Beard, or Stefan Thomas. All the money. Either IOP, XOPL, Ledger, all the money. Exactly, DeepMind. Nostro Venture accounts more trillions, right? 10, 11 trillion, right? More trillions. What tool can unlock all of this value? CK, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you in the stream, CK. Good afternoon. Do you think MoneyGram may distribute local digital tokens? I don't know about that one. If we trade in digital asset at their stores, and the local digital currency could be state-owned, like law. We could possibly move in that direction. CK, we certainly could do that. When are they going to flip the switch? R star 77755 says. That's the 64. That's almost a $64 trillion. The $64 trillion question is, how is it that we're able to hold the greatest digital asset ever created? That is the ultimate $64 trillion question. When they flipped the switch, it was probably a $60 trillion question. No one knows. XRP lighting away. Visa to acquire Plaid, or is that Plaid, to allow connections to user bank accounts to Venmo, Robinhood, and how about that? I didn't hear about that. Thanks for sharing that, XRP lighting away. I appreciate that. He says, laugh out loud, $64 trillion question. I'm telling you, Nancy, how is it possible that you and I, average Joe, the average Jane, is able to hold XRP? I'm telling you, it is the $64 trillion question. So guys, in the end, Z-Boy, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Mr. Wendell's in the building. You'll see how it goes. It's going outstanding, brother. Good to see you in the stream, Mr. Wendell. XRP Joe is like, the web that is RippleNet runs DeepNet. Just wait until the switch is flipped. 2020, guys, the year of the digital asset. That would be, my opinion, XRP. That would be XRP without question, in my opinion. Oh, who sent me something? Oh, it was Win Mullet sent me something, but he's not in the stream. I was going to tell him that I did get that. Morris Prince C7, what's up, fam? What's good, XRP fam? How you doing, bro? Good to see you here, Morris Prince. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you in the stream. So, ODL will solve the problem, says XRP Joe. That's without question. They all know it. They all know it. Brian Bitton says, XRP taking a piece of IOTA's pie. Flash FX, Swift. Oh, so you're naming all the people who they're taking some of. Okay, let's see here. XRP taking a piece of IOTA's pie. Flash FX was Swift. Derivatives, tokenized commodities, cross-border remittances, etc. Boom. Yeah, IOTA's, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for IOTA. FlashFX is doing their thing, and FlashFX is now hooked up to the NPP, the National Payments, payments platform, I believe it is, in Australia. Oh man, Jake from State, what's going on, Jake? How are you? Yeah, and tomorrow we're here. What's up, right? I heard that it was hopefully January 15th, dissemination of lawsuit. I hope that that was just, I thought that that is just going to be just kind of, what is it? Just kind of determine whether or not they filed too late in terms of saying XRP is security. But isn't something supposed to happen on the 14th tomorrow as well? Notice the 14th date. I keep mixing them up, but something happening there as well. That FlashFX is going to be huge in Australia. It's going to be huge. It's going to be the equivalent of, I think, what MoneyGram is. And the open corridor to Japan. That's right, Brian Baden. Cannot forget that. I mean, I know those two are working together. I know he didn't say it. The CEO of FlashFX did not say it. But you just got to know that they're working with SBI, Mr. Cattell. It just only makes sense that they're working together and figuring out how they're going to make that work. It just only makes sense. Matt LaRose says, got to remember, CLS is made up of about 70 banks. They settle for SWIFT. Yeah, 65 of those banks are Ripple Association trials on exactly 80% if you include R3 trials. So if they were to select a new, Ripple is all over everything, and I'm hoping to find out more about Instex. I really am. I think that's right too, XRP Joe. Yeah, I think it will. Wednesday will give us some relief once we are finally past this lawsuit nonsense. And again, the lawsuit, this particular one, is just about whether it was too late for them to even file. It's not going to determine whether or not XRP is secure. It's just going to say whether or not they were too late to even bring that up in terms as far as a lawsuit is concerned. So the repo, I thought the repo thing was supposed to expire on the 14th. So Steady from Oz says January 14th is the repo market. I thought there was kind of some kind of expiration into it. That's right. R star 77755. How about the 400 partnerships Ripple has not yet announced yet? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. All right, guys. Listen, I'm going to wrap this video up. It's been amazing. It's been great to hang out with you guys. 98 people on the stream and 85 likes. You guys have been outstanding. If you haven't had a chance yet to smash the like on the way in, just X out that chat real quick. Go smash the like. We're trying to keep the streak going with just as many likes in the stream as we have people on the stream. I appreciate you guys doing that big time. If you haven't had a chance to sub to the channel yet, if you're liking the content, just you can do that and then smash the notification bell. Make sure you hit the all button so you can get notified when we do go live. Jay from the state. This is a big week, says D. Daniels. Without question, it really is a big week, and this is going to be a big month. And 2020 is going to be a big year. It's going to be a big year, absolutely. Morris Prince C7, are you on Twitter, my friend? If you're not on Twitter, I can give you my email. Okay, what are you on Twitter, Morris? We're not following each other on Twitter. Deep Mind says Siege Coin is pumping. Hit the like and grab a back. Crypto Surfer's in the building. What's going on, Crypto Surfer? Morris Prince, what's your thing? What's your handle on Twitter, Morris Prince C7? I'll follow you. You can follow me back, and you can DM me there also. But that is my email. A lot of heavy info in this chat. I know it. The chat is always, guys are always hanging out. Oh, look at that. You guys did it. I appreciate that. 90 likes, 90 people on the stream. GXRP, yo, Siege. What's going on, GXRP? Dude, you're going to have to catch the replay, bro. I'm about to wrap this up. Nancy, you're more than welcome, my friend. More than welcome. Thank you. Good night, XRP Joe. Morris Prince C7, let's make sure we hook up. You got that email, yes? Okay, good. Let me see something real quick before I go. I think we are friends on Twitter. I think we are friends. Does yours say something about Brooklyn in there, Morris Prince? I think I'm going to come on earlier than normal. I have a business call to do at 9. So I may be on earlier, maybe 7-ish to 8-ish. If not, it will be at 9:30, a little bit after 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Tonight, yep. You guys are killing. I love it. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this stream up like I do all my streams and remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye. Baby, can you check something real quick? You ready? Are you ready? Are you on the stream? Are you on my stream? I wanted you to check something. I just wanted you to check something real quick. These guys are awesome. They're just hanging out in the chat, talking with each other. What a cool group. Let me know when you're on. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me know how this sounds. No sound. Hold on. I need you to listen to this video I'm playing. And it's not on. It says it's connected, but it ain't connected.
Last 12 to 15 months. Are you still a believer? Right? Yep.
You hear the video? I don't hear it. You hear it? Hold on, B. It's not playing. It's not playing. It's not playing. It's not playing.